It takes a special breed to be a truck driving man, and a steady hand to pull that load behind.
Oh, it's beautifully calm, but the skies are dark. We're getting the Petaluma storm coming through. Anyway, the owner's taking his JCB and he's put the finishing touches on this. Man, this really looks good. Good. Wow, that's nice. I'm impressed. The things you can do with a skid steer. I gotta have one. Down the road we go. So the other day when I was talking about the excavator and the gals and stuff that ordered it, I got some negative feedback. There was only a few guys that said I shouldn't be blaming the gals, and it was my fault for not checking the spec on the machine. And you know, it's really easy to say that when you don't know all the facts, and it's really easy to say that when you've been told the details about it. So this was our first excavator. How were we supposed to know that? We did look at the specs on it, and nowhere in there did it say anything about a bigger counterweight. I had to ask about that, and I had to ask some knowledgeable people about it. And so, in the words of Napoleon Dynamite, like anybody could even know that. Anyway, the machine has a thumb on it. That adds a little bit of weight, but not enough to cause the issues that we have. Some suggested I should just call a junkyard and buy a counterweight. Well, that's pretty hard to do, and it's pretty hard to justify spending the amount of money to buy the bigger one. But here's the other thing I have found out. So the machines that come with the bigger 15-ton counterweight have a heavier frame in the back and heavier mounts where that hooks up to. So, you know, it's like the machine wasn't made for that big counterweight. So I think at this point what we'll probably end up doing is welding some 1.5 or 2-inch plate underneath the machine, which is what the engineers at CAT suggested we do before we add weight to the back. Is they'd like to see it, you know, all the weight at the center of the machine. So you weld it underneath the crawler frame, and then if we wanted more, we can fill the counterweight full of lead shot. Somebody also suggested they'd seen them fill it full of concrete. I've not seen that one done. My dealer said they take them off all the time and weld plates inside of them, but I got looking in there, and you're not really going to get a lot of weight by welding plates to it, and then you lose all your sound deadening in there, and you have some clearance issues when you put it back on. So I kind of like the idea of adding weight to the bottom of the machine first. But like I said, when I get talking about it, it really ticks me off. And that's why I talked to Kat and I said, hey, you need to stop your dealers from speccing out machines like this. And especially in my case, because everybody gets to see on social media how tippy it is. And I get people telling me I need a bigger bucket. Well, this is the standard 2 3/4 yard bucket that comes on a 336. So let's say I was to get a 60-inch or a 72, something like that, something that held 3 3/4, 3.5 yards, you wouldn't be able to extend out very far before you'd be on your head. And it's when you swing out over your tracks, that's when it really gets tippy. And so it's kind of dangerous. So I just wanted them to be able to stop dealers from ordering something. You know, if they order something with a long reach boom and the longest stick, it should immediately pop up and say, whoa, you don't want to, are you sure you want to do that? Because unless your customer's ordering that way, you need to go talk to him and explain that you might want the bigger counterweight. But I think the reason they do order them without the bigger counterweight is so the bigger counterweight costs more money, and then like I said, you got a heavier frame and mounts, and that all costs more money. But you know, it would be obvious if you went to the store to buy a shovel and it was only 4 feet long. You'd go, I can't dig with that. But when you look at the machine, how do you tell the difference between a 13-ton and a 15-ton counterweight? Especially if you're not really well versed in excavators, especially cat ones. How would you know? What would you know to look for? I don't know. So you can't really blame it all on me. We didn't know. We had to find out the hard way. And the dealer, in their defense, they had a guy call me, which I'd have rather had Caterpillar call me, or at least follow up and say, did your dealer take care of it? And I'd have said, no, they're not gonna. How can they take care of that? I mean, if they took my counterweight and got me the bigger one and beefed up the frame, if they actually could and all that, and got it installed, they're not going to eat that cost. It would have been way cheaper and way better to order the machine with the bigger counterweight on it. So there's that. So Jake's left me a shovel here. I gotta clean the tracks out before I go. Got a lot of mud in there. I don't want to be dumping that all over the road. Got a coffee cup. Got some dishes to do before we tear the house down. What else we got here? Oh, some Reese's Pieces and some hot tamales. Woohoo! Jake's got to haul all the carpet out. Pad, that's got to go separate. Anyway, we just had a go around with some big old dogs over there that surrounded Jake, and so I brought the excavator down. He's standing over by the pickup, and those sons of bitches came after us, so we had to call the dog catcher. But I think we cured the problem because Jake fired off his 45 into the ground about 3 times and they ran off. So apparently they don't like loud noises. Oh, Jake, you're in so much trouble. This is the wrong house. I hope you got insurance. You should have never left those in the truck.
I ate them?
Half of them. Just your first load?
Other than the household shit I took over.
Yeah, I was over there on the Aberdeen Springfield when you drove by. So you got her full?
Well, I don't know how much I dare put in there before I can't get the tarp rolled over.
You got a big old branch under there you probably had to dig out. Looks good. That ought to ride.
Just hope it doesn't take way more than...
Hearts being darker than a
You know what we needed to do is put sides all the way around it and mount your tarp clear up on that headache rack. Filled it way up. Put 2-foot sides all the way around. Of course, then the tailgate wouldn't work. Well, one good thing about it, at least you're going with the wind. If you're going against it, I'll bet you'd get stuff flying out, wouldn't you? There's a piece of wood sticking out here, but did they say anything when you pulled in? Oh, you still, oh, the flappers got to cut, okay. Oh, you got your rod. Does that come with it or you made it? Oh. That looks like a pain. Heck is that? Stuck under the tarp roll? Up front or? Okay, I see. How long does it take to unroll or roll it up when you get up there? Pretty quick. There he goes with another load. 23 miles one way up to the C&D site. So anyway, since I've been mashing that all up, he's got way more in the truck than he did last time. So it's helping, I think.
Is the only way to satisfy. Show me the road where I see the light. Do you believe? Do you believe when I say no medication, no meditation will ever work like you do? Save me. Save me, you gotta
Is this legal? I gotta move this propane tank. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, did I mention it's got about 75% propane in her? She's got quite a bit. Probably should have moved it before I started the fire, but it ain't that hot, so I wasn't too worried about it. Going slow and carrying it low. How's that? Slow and low. Sweet and low. And I got the chain wrapped through the clevis several times so that it, you know, if the fluid sloshes to one end, it couldn't slide in the chain and then I'd have a catastrophe. I made sure to do that. Because I'm not completely stupid. I'm not completely stupid. They don't call me Jpaydirt for nothing. Jpaydirt's short for I get shit done. Backup camera's broke. I don't know where the hell I'm going here. I'm gonna have to start turning here. Very carefully. Ba-boom! That's not funny. It's a bomb. It's a propane bomb. Now don't, make sure he's kind of swing away here, Jeff. You don't want to bash that bucket down on the tank. Woo. Woo. There. Alright, hands free. Let's go. Okay, so I lied to you. When I was up doing it over there, the gauge was upside down. So it looked like 75%. That's not, it's empty. And that explains why it is empty as the valve was on. So somebody left the valve on, let all the gas out. So Jake wants the ditching bucket to clean this up, the rest of it, all the little stuff. So that's what I'm doing. It's nice to have a service truck, man, I'll tell you what. So Jake's got the house hauled off and he's got this all cleaned up. The only thing we have left is the fire over there. And we're gonna let it burn the rest of the night and tomorrow. But he needs to clean that up and bury it over here. But we've got a 3-phase power, underground power line that runs out here through somewhere and goes all the way down to that pump and then services that pivot. And when they sold this guy the lot, they didn't disclose to him that there was a 3-phase power line here. So what good is title insurance? It's absolutely useless. So he wants to build a house back there. And so if you've got underground power from that pole with the meter on it, let's just say it comes out straight from this pole and runs straight out that way, you're not going to be able to build. I say that cuts down the value of your lot significantly, or somebody needs to pay to relocate the power line. Title insurance is as worthless as the paper it's written on. Absolutely worthless. So as eyeballing this field trailer these farmers got, called a 990. So this is I assume 990 gallons. It's got a gauge on it. That is not rollover protection proof. These are not DOT legal tanks because it's one big tank, and to be legal you can only have one tank, 119 gallons. Can't remember the name of the company that makes these down in Texas. I looked at them. I'd really like one. Theirs are actually DOT approved and legal, but this system is not. This is just one. I don't know if that's a double wall, single wall, but you have to have rollover protection, and this and that would not cut it. So I know the place that's selling these. Somewhere on here it's got to say it's not approved for highway use. Anyway, what do you guys think about these? What do you know about them? Because I know the ones that are actually DOT approved are not just one single tank. Now 990 gallons gets you down to where you don't have to have the CDL, but because you're hauling more than 119 gallons, now you do have to have a CDL and a hazardous. So I don't know. If you guys know, let me know. Hey, I got a really cool gift in the mail the other day. This property protected by the Idaho farmer. This is really cool. This came from Ken Peterson in Surrey, British Columbia, and he sent me a nice letter. Thank you for that, Ken. That's awesome. I appreciate you taking the time and effort, money to send that all the way from Canada. Probably wasn't cheap. And anyway, I got to find a nice place to put this. I'll probably put it outside on the shop. I'd like to put it out on my gate, but the other day I bought some rectangle tubing. I bought 16 feet of it so I could make extensions on the forklift to move that AR plate out there on the concrete. And that 16 foot cost me $300. So for me to build a gate now, I'm betting I'd have, what would you guess? Probably a couple $1,000 in material to build a gate. I should have done it a long time ago. Anyway, Ken, thank you very much for that. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Looks like we're gonna have some sunshine, decent weather. Got some stuff going in the cat box. Let's go have a look at that. Okay, Got a big one going out to Torben Olsen, who lives in Norway. And Torben, I didn't have the Jpaydirt stickers. I'm out of those, so it's going to take probably a week to get some. So when I get them, I will mail them to you in the mail. No big deal. Got some stuff going to William Taylor in Louisiana. Enjoyed talking to you on the phone the other day, William. One going to Daryl Weathers in Arkansas City, Arkansas. Daryl Locke in Temecula, California. And John Cook in Vallejo, California. Anyway, thanks for your support, gentlemen. You have an awesome day.